I feel like where we are in society, especially right now in this particular place, I feel like we just lost touch with how to treat good people. We've lost touch with a lot. We've lost touch with how to identify when something is good, something is bad, something is toxic, something is healthy. We've gotten everything completely mixed up and all the lines are blurred at this point. And I think that people are really just out here trying to fight for their survival, and they're trying to celebrate in the meantime and between time, but this can definitely be fixed. And when I say this, I mean how we're operating. It's not okay for you to feel like it's okay to falsely accuse anyone. It's not okay for you to feel like it's cool to start up some type of a hate club or hate page or account or whatever. And the fact that the social media platforms are allowing this is why you don't see me posting on social media like that too much. No offense to any of the owners, the staff, the operations teams and all that, but the shit that you guys allow on your platforms, it's almost like y'all are like the silent instigators for shit that goes left or goes south, It's like if something were to happen to someone and they end up losing their life over someone pretending to be them using some type of a technology or some shit, and they throwing it all over your platform, and you haven't done anything about it, but you know the truth, you just as accountable as they are for the shit that they've done. Real talk. I get bogus calls all the time, fake calls, staged calls. I get all of that. People trying to get information out of me, people trying to, it's unreal. And I'm just like, I do not understand why it takes all of this. I do not understand why it takes all of this. Somebody set out to try to make an example out of me. And I think that was a huge mistake, because you chose a really good person to try to make an example out of. And guess what? There are still good people out there in the world. And all of those good people, they're not all by themselves. They're not all, peaceful and kumbaya either. But it's a lot of good people that's still out there in the world, and those people feel me and they know who I am. They know who I am. And I'm happy that they do. Because if there's anything I can do to inspire anybody, it doesn't matter how many people call me whatever. It doesn't matter how much you want to downplay my message. It doesn't matter if you're not proud of me, if you're ashamed of me, if I'm an embarrassment to you, or whatever the case is. That doesn't matter to me. What matters is that my message gets through to the people that it's meant to get to. And I'm just an old-fashioned girl, okay? Well, old-fashioned woman, all right? And I see that society has taken a turn, several turns, away from what we have been taught traditionally, which is what kept us in a place that was cordial. We don't even speak to one another in public anymore. You know how many people they look at me weird when I speak to them. You know why? And it's not because of the stuff that people have said. It's because they're not used to it. They're not used to it. The world has become so cold and so corrupt and so just complete trash, basically. We don't speak to each other. We always trying to snake somebody. It's all about me, 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 me. It's not about what we can do unless it's to benefit me. And I get that, especially now, but that's not the answer. And no, I'm not saying that I have all the answers, because I don't. But we need to do better, and we need to do right by one another, and putting each other down and putting all this crazy shit on each other, and tearing down women and tearing down people in general for their belief system, who they are, how they look, who they laying down with, whatever the case may be. That is out. We need to figure out how to find that line somewhere where we can still show love to one another, regardless of what a person believes in, who they laying down with, how much makeup they want to wear or not wear, how long they want to wear their damn nails. It shouldn't matter. None of that should matter. If it's a good person, if they got a good heart up in there, and they got a solid soul up in there, leave them alone. Let them get out there and find their way in the world without you tearing them down. Speaking ill on their name and throwing lies on their name and their likeness. Allow those people to be who they are and stop judging them and dragging them. It's about who you are. It's about what kind of person you are. And I got people trying to tear my message down, tear my platform down, and tear me down just because they don't believe in that bottom line. We got to raise the standard when it comes to how we treat one another. We can't keep going on like this. We will literally self-destruct. We will self-destruct. Humanity has got to find a way to turn itself around. We are survivors. We adjust, but we also have the power